Good evening, this is Christina of Red Soul. Thanks for tuning into this video, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. If I haven't gotten a chance to reach out to you, I try to reach as many listeners as I can, either with a love heart or a short comment. And I really, that just shows my appreciation. I really do appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. So, tonight I want to talk about a joker called Howard Stern. In case many of you don't know, and I'm sure many of you do, he's just as popular as Rush Limbaugh was before, unfortunate. Um, he passed away around the summer of last year due to an illness. And no, it wasn't this past summer. In fact, it was shortly after the election, because I do remember Rush talking about the Biden administration and on the verge of winning and things like that, and being so close. And in fact, tomorrow, January 6th is the anniversary of what went down in the Capitol. So if I come across, God puts it on my heart to do a video about that, I will definitely do that. I definitely did one last year, and if I find some headlines about, the update about that, I definitely will do so. So, anywho, the thing about Howard Stern, he's number one in the radio airways right now, and he made a statement, and I knew this second civil war was coming. Vax versus the unvax. And I did a demo from my podcast this past summer, knowing that this was coming. He stated, the vaccinated are morons. The unvaccinated, excuse me, correction, the unvaccinated are morons. So I'll let you sink that in. What motivated him to say a nearly 70-year-old man to be concerned about someone else's life? He's got buku money that will last him for the remaining of his life. And if he doesn't know the Lord, that month where he's going to spend eternity, he definitely won't take that money with him. Okay? So here he is talking about what someone else is doing in their livelihood. Despite of all the things that's going on around the world, he's worried about, okay, if he's hired a staff, he wants to require them to be vaccinated, that's fine. But don't push your agenda on the rest of us who have questions, uh, maybe allergic to needles or whatever religious or health purposes why people are not being vaccinated. Yet you want to persecute and zap people who chooses not to. As a liberal, what happened to my body, my choice? Now, when I did challenge a liberal on that a few months ago, what the pro-vax people like to say, and my listeners, if you're vaccinated, God bless you. But these are your counterparts saying this to the rest of us. Well, when you were a child, you had to be vaccinated. So, like a child has a choice that he or she has to be vaccinated before going to school. What are we talking about? Just simple measles. I mean, I'm not saying measles are simple. I've never had the measles, never had the chicken pox. I know to this day if I had them, I would die, okay? But those TB shots and things like that, simple immunizations. But with this thing, this vaccine, we don't know what's going on. People have died. Perfect example, Colin Powell, fully vaccinated, yet passed away, unfortunately. Now, that was God's call. He only knew when he was going to go. I get that. Yet he was fully vaccinated. That's only if, when they usually want to make that argument. But Howard Stern is the last person that wants to talk about someone. He's even challenging being the next presidential candidate in 2024 to straighten all this mess out. In other words, he wants to control the unvaccinated. This current administration couldn't even do that. I'm a federal contractor and I still have my job. I was supposed to be out December 18th. Okay. Here it is, January 5th? In fact, I should have been out yesterday. 29 states suing this administration. How far do you think this joker is going to get? Even though it will never happen. Because he's not going to beat Joe Biden. And he definitely won't beat the next Republican candidate, which I'm pretty sure will either be Trump or DeSantis. That's what I have in mind. Now, if there are others, of course, I will vote for them to get this administration out of office. I mean, it's just common sense. But out of the most foolish, Stern, stick to your sick sexual jokes. In fact, invite Megyn Kelly. I love Megyn Kelly, but invite her back and chat with her about some things. But don't put immunizations into this because you don't have control of what people do with their body. Their body, their choice. As you people meaning liberals or the left or whatever, as you people like to challenge. And it's one last thing. Another interesting thing about this person. Growing up in Southeast DC, growing up around majority black folk, and you want to come up with this nonsense, you honestly think if you said that in the school you grew up, in the neighborhood you grew up, your neighbors and counterparts would actually listen to you? And I bring up race because, I mean, he was bullied. I mean, I'm sorry that happened to him. He stood out like a sore thumb simply because of his race, unfortunately. And he didn't learn from that, and yet he wants to use the medical field to control others, calling people who want to question these things morons. That's kind of harsh. I mean, he just didn't say morons, he said effing morons. I'm not going to mention that in the title of this video, but that's what he said. Now you can go back, go into the Daily Wire and read the whole article for yourselves. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Again, going back to the Civil War, all due to disagreements. Who likes what? One trying to control the other. So, well, that's all I have on my heart. I wasn't planning on doing a video this long, but this is getting ridiculous. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. Well, I'm not surprised, but I'm a bit disappointed that Howard Stern would worry about something that has nothing to do with him. Remember Nicki Minaj? She wanted to question the vaccine. Joy Reid, of all people, spent her whole career race baiting, called her out on it. Okay. Did Nicki Minaj still get vaccinated? Probably not. Stop telling other people what they need to do. Worry about yourself. I'm guilty about that sometimes too, but you got to worry about yourself. Oh boy. This country is becoming more insane, if not the world. Christina again from Red Soul, pray for our nation and our brothers and sisters being persecuted worldwide. Talk to you super soon.